Welcome back everyone to Scary Story Saturday. If you're new to the channel, my name is Joe. We tell personal individual encounters every Saturday. This story is going to be about my aunt. Due to personal reasons, we're going to call her Jenny for the story. So before we begin, if it's daytime, I suggest watching this in a dark room with a friend or alone if you dare. And if it's dark, the mood's set. I would truly appreciate if you guys gave me a like over here, turn on that notification bell, and subscribe. Let's get on with the story. Lights out. So today's story is going to be about my Aunt Jenny. Throughout her life and time, she always had the ability to see, hear, and feel energies, spirits, everywhere she went. And on multiple occasions, she'll go to a certain area and will either see something or feel something. And this story is no different. So throughout her time, when she moved to a new house or stayed at a place for an extended period of time, whatever energies that were there, she will see. And on this occasion, she had a trip. She went on a trip to a town in New Mexico. And while she traveled, her and her husband, to this city. So as the last day, which is Saturday at this point, she wakes up, doesn't want to be at the hotel, takes a trip with her husband to some of the malls and explores a little bit more. But she's literally scared to go back. She doesn't know what encounter she's going to have the last night there. And she stays up as long as she could just to be able to have a really good night's sleep and not really wake up throughout the night. And it comes full circle. She's laying there in bed and she hears something. First thought in her head, she thinks it's her husband. She hears a knock. She hears a knock on the door. And she slowly looks over. Her husband's snoring, passed out. And then she hears a knock on the wall. Now she really heard that clearly. She goes over to try to wake up her husband. Husband briefly wakes up, tells her, are you okay? Yeah. I heard some noises, she says. You'll be fine. It's probably just the neighbors. You just try to go sleep. You'll be fine, he said. And she just was trying to rationalize that maybe it was the neighbors, maybe they were knocking and they were calling someone else. So as she lay there in bed, she began to fall back asleep. And she said she must have slept for like maybe another hour, maybe 2 hours the most. And then she felt a cold breeze, almost like if the AC kicked on right in front of her. She slowly opens her eyes when she saw a lady in a white gown standing near the closet. And her back was towards my aunt. And Jenny was just in complete shock. She's just staring. And the lady slowly turns left and proceeds to go out the front door, or the door to the hotel. And my Aunt Jenny was in complete shock, frozen there, didn't know what to do. As she makes the way out the door, the spirit of the woman slowly turns her head towards her, and to the shock of my aunt, sees blood coming from the top of her head. Almost like she fell down the stairs. And she slowly walks out. So at that point, Matt, of course, is just in complete shock. She's frozen there. Finally, she reaches over and tells her husband that she had just seen something. He turns on the lights. They go out there. Of course, there's no one there. She claims that she couldn't go back to sleep that night. She was just in utter shock. She woke up and she began to get everything packed up. It was like 3, 4 in the morning because she just could not go back to sleep. She couldn't get that image out of her head. So as they made the trip to Santa Fe, New Mexico, this trip was a business trip for her husband. But since it was going to be 4 days, he decided to bring her along as well. So as they made the trip, the company provided them with a room. And it was in this old Spanish, from what I remember, it was a mansion that was converted to a hotel. Beautiful, she claims it was. The architectural and everything that's in it, very beautiful, and it resembled the time, I think it was 1800s or whatever it may have been, the time period that the house was built. So as they're making the drive, they get to the hotel, and right away she starts to feel the energy. She starts to feel the presence of all those that have passed on and once called that place home. And they go to check in, they give them the keys, they end up making the trip up the stairs, getting to the room, getting situated. Well, husband, of course, was going to be doing some meetings and stuff like that. So he got ready, took the car, and took off. Took off to his meetings. And Matt was left in the room. She wandered around a little bit, the hotel, just looking around the history and asking questions. And she was drawn, she said, to a mirror that was on the top of the stairs. Beautiful. Gold trim around it. It was just a beautiful mirror, she said. And she was just attracted to it. For whatever reason, she claims it might have been some type of portal within the hotel, but she was just attracted to it. She was just really wanted to explore it a little bit more. She took pictures of it, and she just felt really drawn to it. So that first night, she has an amazing dream of what the hotel looked like back in that time period. She claims that she felt whatever presence that was in the room was channeling through her life at the hotel. So as she envisions this and dreams it, next day she leaves relatively in the afternoon to explore the city and really see what Santa Fe is all about. And when she comes back, she notices that there's a couple things switched around. Like, for example, the towels in the bathroom were now on the bed, and other small items that have been shifted around. She couldn't understand it. She called a friend to ask them if there was anyone that went into a room. They claimed that there was not. And she just felt whatever was present in that room really felt attached to her. Really felt a connection that she could channel through my aunt to give her either a message or become friends with her for whatever reason. So as the second night progresses, she has another dream, and this dream tells a little bit different story. It tells a story of another person that lived at the hotel that was not a very nice person, not a very nice man, that had killed people and was supposedly hiding out in the area. So that's going to conclude this week's story. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you guys have had a similar encounter, please leave a comment below. And I'll see you guys next week. Embrace your experiences.